freaks come off and freaks come out.
Beep beep. What is up, ninjas? My name is Semworld. Hopefully you guys had a good morning. It's currently 6 a.m. here, but today I got a question from one of you guys over on Instagram. You can follow me at Semworld Music, by the way, for some entertaining content. Now here's a little shout out to the guy, and the question was pretty much asking me how to create these Cal Watson intricate bass drops that you hear. He has a lot of bass going, a lot of little synth fills, which are bass lines. So we're going to be tackling that in today's tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how to simplify down this process, because it's easy to just hear his music and say I want to make something like that and just be overwhelmed by the amount of sounds that he has and thinking, oh man, I have to find one bass and this bass and create rhythm for that. No, what we're going to be doing is simplifying it down, guys. And if you simplify everything down, even in any genre of music where there's a lot of sounds going on, at the end of the day it's going to boil down to the rhythm. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is very simple. We're going to be using an 808 bass first to create the rhythm of the track, the melody of the track, like boom, 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 whatnot. And then we're going to start to be like, all right, this section can be played by this bass, obviously this section can be played by another bass. It's about being smart about it that way, guys, so that way you aren't overwhelmed. At the end of the day, once you have your rhythm, all you really have to do is find the right presets that will work in select song, you know, presets that work well together, not just a bunch of random bass presets that you have laying around. So for this video, guys, we are going to be using the new DirtyChicken Soundset, which you can find over at evilsounds.com. This is a good sound set for those of you guys looking to get started or need sounds for this type of music, like It Ain't Bristol and Dirty Bird. It was specifically made for producers that make this kind of music, guys, because with my packs, I always want to make these packs that I know you guys will use, and what better way than to niche it down to where I know what kind of sounds you guys want depending on the genre, the label, and whatnot. So make sure to check it out. Some of the drums in this tutorial are also coming from a free pack that you can download called the Dirty Drums Pack. I'll leave both links in the description, guys. If you want to support the channel, you can grab the Dirty Drums for free. But with that being said, guys, let's get started with this tutorial.
Alright, guys, and welcome to Ableton. So by the end of this tutorial, you should be able to get something going, and I'm going to show you guys how you can keep it very simple. I have not rehearsed for this video at all, guys, and what that means is that I've only laid out the drums that you see here, a little vocal, which sounds a little bad, I'm not going to lie, but hopefully you can get this tip, this technique, and apply it into your own production. So this is what we have right now.
Left, right, good.
So we have drums going, we have this reverse snare going into this clap at the end. So we just reversed the snare. These are all Dirty Drums, by the way, and it's a free download. Might as well get it if you're looking for this kind of stuff, guys. First thing we have here, guys, is just a very basic 808 bass from the DirtyChicken Soundset. And we're going to create a rhythm, and that is going to be the first step, guys. You know, take it back. Just be like, all right, I'm going to create a rhythm that is catchy, a melody to it as well. And then from there, you can start to be like, all right, this part will be played by this part by this, and you'll see how we do it. We're going to do presets first, and then we're going to do a bit of sound design to get sort of like the Cal Watson stuff, hopefully. So G3. So here we can do... And then just do whatever you think is right here. Just do a simple rhythm. There we go. That's kind of dun, dun. So again, doing a simple rhythm here, trying to keep it very simple. Again, let your personality roam free. If you want something different, something faster, by all means do it, but the technique and the tip is still always going to be the same when we bring it down and simplify it down. Don't overwork or overwhelm yourself. Just worry about the rhythm. All right, so let's say this is what we want. Okay, so the first step here is to start getting bass sounds that we think sound good. So there's a couple of places that I can put various sounds. Obviously, the easiest one to decipher that I can have my own little sound for is the initial hit. It could be a womp, it could be a bass, it could be something. So I know I can make that into a bass. So I'm gonna get rid of there. I'm gonna get rid of that there. Okay. Now going along, we do have this little hit. And then we go into this other kind of melodic phrase. Okay, so here I can choose to be like, all right, I can have this be played by another bass or this by another bass. So you can kind of see where we're going here. So I can, you know, have that be played by another bass. And then from there, I can decide whether I want something else. So of course, we're going to get rid of that there because it's not needed. And then we're going to get rid of this here because we just want that little hit to help us transition from this to this. So that little bass here is going to act sort of like a transition, and we can play with it afterwards as well. And then here we have another two hits. So here I might just have that top bass come in, and this guy ain't even gonna do jack shit there, and then we're gonna get rid of that there, as you can see, and then we can have it there. Okay, so you can kind of see where we're going with this. If you want a different bass, you can have a different one come here on the 4th bar, so you can have more variation. So let's do that. We'll make it a little bit more intricate there. So as you can see, we're gonna have a total of 4 bass lines going in this drop. Now, the hard part about this technique and about making this music in general is finding sounds that really work well together, and that's where it can get a little bit difficult. So that's why having presets sometimes helps, so you don't have to sound design everything if you don't know what you're trying to go for, and you might find something that works. So first thing is I need this sort of whop kind of sound, so let's see if I can find some. So let's see here, let's see. That's like a down. That might work as well, you know. So bam, if you want that, but let's see, I want more. I like that. I'm just gonna give this a. Not open it up all the way. So close the cutoff a bit. Okay, cool. So there we go. So then we have this hit. Now this bass is going to be something that's sustained or something that you like again. So let's see if we can find. Okay, so you can see that there. It gets hard because you got to find sounds that are going to work well together. I like that there, that one. I think the module is kind of up on it. Yeah, we can do that. So we're going to add a little kind of change there, like with the module. All to mess with that. Here I can have.
Right, good.
So here I'm gonna have another bass come in. So we're gonna find some. Lower the module there, and let's just find another bass to go with that. And you can see, you know, you're gonna fine tune stuff as you go.
Left, right, good.
All right, there we go. So now let's go. Let's take this out.
Left, right, good.
So here, you know, at the 4th bar, and I think I messed up on the other one. The other one was at the end of the 2nd bar. Here I can add like a different vibe here. Like I could add another bass for say that will, I don't know, give a different vibe to it. So here I want that reverse saw I heard before. I think it was like somewhere around here. Saw me. There we go.
Left, right, good. Left, right, good.
All right, so you get the idea there. Now, let's say we want to do our own sound design. Let's add another portion to this video because the guy did ask me in the Instagram, like, hey, how do you do those kind of sounds? So we're going to start with the first one, which is the wump. Okay? And so we're going to initialize that or insert. Okay, so usually when I make my presets, I like to make them all so that when someone plays G3 or in the 3rd octave, it's the bass. That way it makes them a lot easier. Also, the leads will play at the G3 in their almost capacity. So I always like to have my things at G3 and then I lower it down by 3 octaves. So it's playing a bass at the end of the day, like so. All right, so we got. So the first thing here is, you know, we have to decide what we want to go for. Do we want to go for a sustained bass or do we still want to go for that womp? Now, I'm going to go for the womp because Kyle Watson uses that a lot. And to create those womps, all you really have to do is use a low pass, close it, and you're going to use an envelope filter here to open it up. Okay? The attack's going to decide how long it takes to open up. Now, the idea here is that if you're going to go for a double hit rather than just one long line, then you really need to add it, and then you're going to have to fine tune like the attack on. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna try and keep it very closed. Is what I'm trying to say. Not too. There we go. Now the 808 here that we have, I do like, but I'll teach you guys how to make them as well. Again, you know, you can make these sounds yourself, but if you want to support the pack, it's there for you guys as well, guys. You know, I like to teach you everything, and you know, if you like, for me, you know, I'm a sound designer, and sometimes I'm working on music, and I don't even want to make sounds because it just takes too much time, and I lose the flow that I'm in. So that's just me though. But you can make them yourself if you want to. So we're gonna go here with a sine, and we're gonna negative. Now I want that to be more of a hit, so I do have to add this pitch A and B modulation to open that up. We're gonna add a bit of distortion. There. All right, now this sound here, it's cool because we can do a lot with it. It's a sustained one, or you can do a normal. Just get rid of that automation there. Okay, so we're gonna create something for it. Again, -3, I know it needs to be a bass. Do I want it to be another saw bass? If I do, low pass it. Maybe we can add like a cutoff opening it up. We're gonna add a bit of slide. Bit of distortion. A bit of white noise, maybe that will give it a bit more shh. Let's see with a cutoff A and B, will that sound cool as the... This is adding movement to the sound. It's opening up the filter slow or fast.
Right, good.
Okay, here, I don't want to open it up all the way though. Remember, we're trying to keep it kind of like closed. Like, you know, if you hear night bass, it has very closed kind of sounds. Very boo boo, not ah, but boo boo. So that means that the filter's not opening up all the way.
Right, good.
Here, I like this one too. Maybe we can do something cool with that where, again, you know, insert preset. Oops, insert, there we go. I should click initializer, clear. -3. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's try doing a +7 here. So that means it's... Okay. That's going to give us that vibe, which is kind of dead mousy. It's kind of like a chord plane in a way. And then we're just going to have to fine tune that so that it's kind of down. That one sounds dope right there. A bit of resonance. I like that. Close them. And then maybe add like a cutoff. So that's movement to it at a certain... Okay, let's see a square. Ooh, that's sounding nasty. Fuck yeah, there we go. So let's...
Right, good.
Now that last one, I want to do something crazy. I just want to have the same sound, like the same two saws detuned kind of sound. Kind of like when I made that low bass Reese. +7 on it. Have it up. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to have it slowly open up with a cutoff A and B. Again, remember the attack decides how long it takes. Maybe a bit of this and a bit of white noise here with a band pass maybe will help. This is just adding a lot more texture to the sound though when we put only cut off A here. All right, there we go. Now let's hear. Okay, it has to go a little bit slower on this attack. And not open up all the way. And I'm gonna use a low pass on this as well and cut off A and B act. And lower volume. Okay, a little bit more. And then cut off A B, maybe add a bit of movement there. All right, now let's check.
Right, good.
And then just
Left, right.
all right, so that is going to be kind of like the basics, guys. As you guys can see, you know, we did this in I don't know how many, like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, but that's as much work as I've put into this. And as you can see, we can just get better and better. We start to fine tune. We start to think about how we want this song to approach. And then we add a damn vocal, and that changes everything on the drop. Obviously, more atmosphere and whatnot. So that's going to be the tutorial, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Alright guys, and that is going to be the end of the tutorial. So just in review for what we did, we pretty much created something from scratch utilizing the tip that I gave to you guys today, which is keep it simple, work on the rhythm first, and then from there look at the rhythm and be like, alright, this MIDI note could be a different sound. This little section of the MIDI section could be a different sound. Like that, you keep it simple, because then after you have the rhythm, all you really have to do is browse through some presets that you own, or if you're that type of elitist or you know how to do sound design and you want to go for it, you can make sound design as well. You know, whatever works, add neat automations there to make it better, and eventually you're gonna have a song that you're gonna like. Now, I know this isn't like the best thing. It's not like, oh my god, that was so amazing, that little thing you did there, Sen. I mean, it's okay, it's decent, you know, but with added work like vocals, more atmospheric stuff, it could be something even better. But my point with this video, guys, is to show you this technique on how you can use it. I wanted to show you guys how I would do it so that you guys can get inspired and do it yourself. So if you find this tip helpful, make sure to click like, make sure to follow me on Instagram, guys, at Simworld Music. I try and provide content for you guys weekly, you know. I try and do it every day, but here and there, you know, I get a little busy with my students on Patreon doing sound design for you know, the sound banks that I make. So it varies when I post, but check it out if you want. And if you want to follow me on there, go for it. Subscribe if you haven't. And that's going to be the end, ninjas. If you want to support the channel, evilsounds.com, you can download the Dirty Drums for free. And also, if you want to support the channel more, you can purchase the DirtyChicken sound mic that we used in the beginning of this video. So you guys take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments or send them to my Instagram. And if I like your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out in the video, and I'll also make it for you. Take care.
And freaks come out.